pop-up happy birthday card in Cricut Design Space. So first you want to open up your Cricut Design Space and click on New Project. The next thing you want to click on is text, and you want to use all capitals, and you do happy and birthday, on all capitals, and then you want to highlight them, and you can use pretty much any font as long as it's somewhat blocky. So you could even just use this very top one here. This one actually would work great, but you can play around and see which one you like. But I'm just going to show you how to do the basics. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight or just click on the happy and birthday and hit ungroup. And then I'm actually going to highlight and make happy birthday and click on group. When you ungroup, every letter is individual and it will move by itself. So you don't want that. You want the words to be together. So now I'm going to just, you just left click and drag and highlight the words and then hit group. So now these two will be moving individually. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is you want to size where happy and birthday actually line up. I am going to make my card around, let's see, we're going to do around 8 inches. So I'm going to make you want the Y and the H, the edge of the H to line up with the I, and you want the Y to line up with the A. So we're really close here. So that looks pretty tiny bit smaller. And then you actually want them touching each other. So there's no gap. So you don't want to see any white mark in between here. And then you actually, once you're happy with that, then you want to actually, so it doesn't move again, is you just highlight all of it and hit group again. And then this will move as a whole, so you can move it easier. The next thing we're going to do is create the top box. So you want to click on a square. And then if you highlight the square, I'm just going to make it black so everything knows that this is all black. You hit the unlock button over here and you can make a rectangle. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it up in the corner so I know about what size it needs to be. And I'm going to drag it, so I think we'll do about 7 inches. Here, okay, and then I'm actually going to do a little bit bigger here. Okay, and then I'm going to click, highlight that again, and if you hit edit here, you can hit copy and paste, and it will create a second box the same exact size below it. So then you want to kind of center the happy and the birthday, and you want them again overlapping, because if there is a small gap right here, it will separate. When it goes to cut, it will not be a pop-up card. It will cut here. So you want to make sure that there is no gap there and that they are just slightly overlapping. And then you want to pull up this second rectangle here and make sure again there's no gap. Okay, we're almost finished. So the thing I have learned is if I keep it like this, the B and the Y do not stand up well, and in fact when you go to close it, it gets crushed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just create some rectangles, so 2 more rectangles. So I'm just going to do this one first, highlight this one and make it black. Then I'm going to unlock it. So I am basically going to here just make a long skinny rectangle here that will pretty much hold that B up. So this, it doesn't really matter if it overlaps on the top. That part, it doesn't matter. You just want to have here a piece that's going to help hold that B up. And then I'm going to do 2 more, but I'm going to just do 1 and then copy and paste that to be the same. So again, I'm going to make it black. You do not have to change the color, but it's just telling the Cricut that it's all going to be the same color when it goes to cut. So I unlock this one, and this one is going to be much skinnier because I want to connect each of the Y marks, and you want to make sure it overlaps. And then I'm just here going to edit, copy, and edit paste to make the same size. And then I'm going to just do it for this last little mark right here. And there we go. That is the birthday part, the happy birthday part on the inside. The last part we do is 1 more square. And this, you can keep the gray or whatever color you want, but I would do it a different color than the black so it knows it's a separate cut. And then unlock it. So basically what you want to do is, now this is for the outside of the card. You want to copy for whatever size you made this, and you want to make sure that this rectangle is the same exact size. And I will show you after it prints how to put this together and why we need this extra rectangle here. Alright, so once you are happy with that size, then you want to lock that so it doesn't change. And you want to slide it over here. And again, you can make this, you can keep it gray, it doesn't matter, you can make it whatever color you want. Then when you go to hit make it, it will have here the first cut and the second cut. And you know what? I forgot one thing. So hit cancel. So the first thing you actually want to do, as you can see, if you just go to make it, it is going to make all of these rectangles and all the letters and all this the highest efficiency to save as much paper as possible. Obviously that is not going to be the card we want. So hit cancel. The next thing we want to do then is we want to take our cursor and left click, and you want to highlight this entire black part, and then on the bottom you want to hit weld, and that basically means it is all one piece, and when it cuts it will keep it together that way. If you do not weld it, it will end up cutting like I showed you. So it's very important that you want to weld that. Once you weld something, it's really difficult, and I don't even know if it's possible to unweld unless you hit undo. So make sure that you have all of the fonts and the changes that you are ready for that. And then when you hit make it, now you can see it's different and it is all one piece, and it will cut it together like this. The reason I have the rectangle as second color is so it understands that that is a separate piece in a different color. So the first cut is this, and then the second cut is this one. And then we are ready to continue. All right, the first step it's asking us for is the outside of the card, which I have chosen to be green. So you take your piece of paper and you just stick it up in the corner and line that up and press it down. You can either use your brayer roller if you have one, or just press it firmly. And then go ahead and stick it into the Cricut slot, and then click the arrow. Okay, now we're ready. Next, go ahead and eject it. And that did not work. Now I just loaded the purple paper. Next I'll be showing you how to put the happy birthday card together. Okay, now that I've weeded out the happy birthday, the next thing is, well, first off, you fold the outside in half. Since this is the inside, what you do is you fold the entire thing backwards in half, and that will fold it right at half. This is the part that will be sticking out. So it looks like this. And then you take the bottom part and you fold it up along the line, the crease, and then flip it over. And you fold the happy in half, and the two tops should line up. And then what I do is I prefer rubber cement, because that way if you need to make adjustments, it will come off and not tear your paper up. But just put a little bit of rubber cement along the bottom. And line that up. And then the same for the top. And fold that down. And then it's upside down. And there you go. There is your happy birthday.